it's arresting the wrong man or showing up at the wrong address, police officers have a history of making reckless and pathetic mistakes. But today, we'll look at several cases where officers broke into the wrong home and caused absolute chaos. On January 24, 2023, officers arrived at the home of 33-year-old Daniel Holmgren, who had an active warrant, but they didn't anticipate that this encounter would spiral into complete chaos.
Hi, it's just the police. Just have a quick question for you, ma'am. Hey, can I talk to Dan just real quick? I just have a quick question for him about an old case that we just need to clear up real quick.
What's wrong? Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong, hon. Yeah, I know you too. Yeah, long time no talk.
Hey, Danny.
Just tell him it's Officer Sheik. Maybe he'll remember.
He said he didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, all right. Well, he has a warrant right now that we need to try to take care of for him. So we have a history, so I just wanted to come here myself and just advise him of it. So, you know what I mean? Can I just talk to him from here?
He's not, you know, why you just talk to him like that.
Hey, Dan.
You have a warrant. That's why they're here.
Daniel, who lived with his mother, locked himself in his room and refused to come out, even as officers had already entered the house.
All right, well, you have a warrant and you got to take care of it. So as of right now, you're under arrest. Okay, well, come on out.
He's not doing anything wrong right now either. He's doing really good.
Well, that's why I'm here. Like, I understand his history, and I just want to... Well, Dan, you have a felony warrant.
Felony warrant for what? You didn't even have to answer the door. You didn't answer the door because you illegally entered my house.
I didn't illegally enter your house.
Stop screaming, Danny.
We'll take 7-0 here. We got an uncooperative male refusing to answer the door.
Let me go grab it.
Sounds good, Mom.
Okay.
Daniel's mother was pretty cooperative and offered no resistance whatsoever. However, Daniel, struggling with severe mental health issues, was on the verge of a complete breakdown in his standoff with the officers.
All right, shut up.
Pepperball.
I understand that, but now they're in. I can't do anything about it, and I'm doing nothing about it. So let him take you.
I told you not to open the door, Nikki. You killed me.
Danny, I will bail you out.
You killed me, Nikki. You
Killed?
didn't have to open the door.
Okay, what do you mean killed you?
You killed me.
What are you in trouble for?
It's a bench warrant. I missed court. He's not even supposed to be in here. It's a bench warrant.
All right, fine.
No, I'm not.
I will pick you up tomorrow.
No.
They're in the house. I can't do anything about
You
it.
shouldn't open the door. I told you not to open the door.
Danny.
Danny, it's not Mom's fault.
That is. You're not even supposed to be in here. You don't have an active warrant.
Well, you do. I don't. You're correct.
Man, you're not supposed to be in the house with a bench warrant. Why are you at my
Why is
house?
he in trouble like that?
I don't know. There's a warrant for him.
He didn't
Why
come
would you
to
take
court.
the time?
Is that it? Failure to appear, maybe?
Yeah, he failure to
You
appear.
didn't have to open the door. It's a bench warrant. It's not an active warrant.
I understand that, but they came in by themselves, so...
No, you invited me in. You didn't have to answer the door. They had to leave.
Danny, your mom didn't know anything that was going on. I just wanted to talk to you.
Cheating the system. You knew she didn't know. You knew she would let you in. You're in my house illegally.
The suspect's mother failed to call him out of the room, so this time, Officer Sheik decided to step up and call him on his own. However, little did he know tensions would only escalate from here.
I'm not in here illegally, Dan.
Don't yell.
Well, your mom answered the door and I was talking to her, so... I don't want to turn this into something it doesn't need to be, Dan. I am, because I'm just here trying to talk to you and try to work through this with you.
No, you're trying to put handcuffs on me and all that. You're a pedophile.
What's he talking about?
You're a pedophile. You take people down to jail, strip them naked. That's why you me when I was a juvenile.
Dan, I'm not here to try to...
Why would he say that? Did somebody say something like that before or something? Why would he say that? Now I'm worried.
You know you're not supposed to be in this house. If she didn't answer this door, you would have to leave. It's a bench warrant, not an active warrant. You took time out of your day to attack me personally.
At this point, Daniel had completely lost control, shouting and accusing the officer of things he never did. Instead of calling for backup, the officers tried to calm him down, missing a critical moment to de-escalate the situation properly.
Why would you guys come like that?
Like what?
You know that she's a vulnerable adult schizophrenic and you took advantage of the fact that you knew she'd let you you in the
I'm
house.
sorry, what was your question?
You had to open the door and you could have done nothing. You would have had to walk
Why
away
are
and
you
go
guys?
home.
Why would you guys come up here if it's a bench warrant?
Well, because he has a warrant.
Instead of just let me know
It's a
and let
bench
him go.
warrant.
Well, he has a warrant, so he has to go to jail.
It's a felony level 1 warrant. I mean, he has to go to jail. It just is what it is. He has to take care of it.
Can we just like have a conversation, Dan?
Child, I don't have nothing to say to you. I'm ready for war. Let's go.
There's one more person with him here.
I don't care. I'm ready for war. Tell him to come and get it.
Stop acting like that.
Hold this right here.
It doesn't have to.
He gained access to legally. He wants to kill me.
Right.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, officer, gonna go another child tonight?
Hey, Dan.
Night after tonight?
That's not even the same guy, Danny.
Dan, this isn't Officer Chief. This is Officer Dillon.
You're not an officer. You're a
Okay.
you're not.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Dan.
Yep. And I'm sorry you gained access legally through my mentally ill.
All right, Danny. Either way, they're inside. Take care of it.
I'm not taking care of anything. They can leave. Listen, I don't love my mother. She's my biological mother. She's been a schizophrenic abusive since I was born. And when I went to and when you came and abducted me and brought me to a foster home, that was fun.
Yeah, Danny, come on. Let's go.
You're not going nowhere.
I have police all over in the hall. You're going to give me a big tip if you don't just call.
All you had to do was tell him to leave.
Okay.
To commit entry.
Well, it's too late now.
Illegally, tell him to leave.
Despite having little understanding of the law or what he was saying, Danny continued to escalate the situation with confusion and chaos. At this stage, the officers actually deserve credit for maintaining their composure.
Why? He broke the law. He just told you. If you didn't answer the door, it would have been good.
Dan, if I would have forced my way in not knowing you were here, that would have been breaking the law.
Yeah, but since you took advantage of my schizophrenic mother, now you're in the house.
I did not take advantage of your mom, Dan. I never have.
Stop screaming. Danny, stop screaming. What are you doing?
By the way, you're on Facebook Live. We're going to have a good time tonight, officer.
Either way around, they're in the house.
Which
Yeah?
you didn't have to open the door. He knew that you let him in, and he broke the law.
I had a conversation with your mom,
You had
Danny.
a conversation. You gained access through my vulnerable schizophrenic mother.
All right, either way, I can't have this attention here. You already know it. Isn't it easier to go down there and bail out or get out and call me?
Is that ready to go? Okay.
All right, but we're past that. Now they're already in here, so now what do you want to do?
Just so we're clear, Dan, you have a warrant, and so you're under arrest.
Lover, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm prepared to die.
He was doing so
Somebody want to, since we got 4 here, somebody want to go grab a shield, please?
I wish I would have known about this because he's doing.
As his mother continued trying to protect him, Danny was completely losing his shit and calling for an actual war against the cops. Things were clearly on the verge of spiraling out of control, and tensions rose further as another officer arrived armed with a pepperball gun.
You want a war?
Yeah, okay. Mom, we're done having you.
Out. You stay there.
No, Mom, I don't want
I'm going
you
in.
to.
I'll bring my son out.
Okay, no, you're not going in. Come on,
Yeah,
Mom.
yeah.
We want
Yeah,
you to
yeah.
hurt him. Come on, no, I don't need you getting hurt.
I'm not going to get hurt. He would
Okay,
never
no,
hurt me.
I'm not going to allow you to go in there.
He's not going to hurt me. It's my
I
son.
understand.
Go in there. You broke the law. Look at you. You told.
Over here.
It's me you're looking at, Daniel.
No, they're looking at you. They're sitting here. They broke the law to get in. They're smiling. He's ready. I'm ready. We're all ready. No more talk.
Please don't use things on him. Like guilt is done on my son, please.
Vicky, you're not going to be able to do
Stop.
that. I'm going to need you to leave the hallway. Please don't make me force you out of the hallway.
No, but he isn't going to hurt me.
Okay, yeah, but I don't want him. I want you to get caught in the middle of this. Please leave over here.
Please don't hurt my son like that.
Well, hey, we'll try not to. Watch
No, I'm serious.
Just watch the
That's
threshold
nothing.
here.
Hey,
Sorry,
I
I
got
don't
a
need him
question.
throwing rounds for the
He has nothing.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah,
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready to end this calmly.
I'm ready too.
Okay, well, come on out then.
No, why would I come out?
Okay. Are you going to allow me to come in there and we can talk?
No, we're talking right now. What are you going to say to me? Are you in the house illegally?
I did not gain the house, gain access to the house.
If you think that pepper gun's going to help you, officer?
Danny was now actively threatening the officers, and although they were fully equipped, they had no idea the situation was about to descend into absolute chaos.
What's it going to take for you to come out?
You took advantage of my schizophrenic mother.
Just heads up, guys. I don't need rounds with that door, you guys.
Here we go.
Okay, you have lethal? You got taser? You got taser or lethal?
Yeah.
You got lethal?
Please don't hurt me, you guys.
Danny, come out!
Hey, I'm going to defend myself. Are you ready for this action?
He's defending himself. No, please don't hurt my son.
I I am defending myself. Any aggression is a
She needs to leave the apartment. Get her out of here.
Now get out, Vicky.
with everything I have.
9171 front of the step.
I'm down. I'm hit bad. I'm hit bad. Get me out. Get me out. Get out. Get out.
It's the pepper ball.
As the standoff escalated, Officer Sheik was shot 3 times, once in the left thigh and twice around the pelvis. He was quickly carried out of the house as the gunfire continued, until Danny was eventually struck by a bullet as well.
Get out. Get out. I need the door open. I need the door open. Get out. Get out. Get her out of here. Get out. Get out. Get her. Where's it at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
917 to get rescue. I got an officer down. Stay there. Stay there. Back up. Get a tourniquet on him. Get first aid. Get it going.
Connor's got it. Connor's got it.
Okay.
Where am I hit? Right there. It hit your vest. Let's get you up and out of here. Let's go. Oh, I got something else. Sorry, Pon.
You're fine.
My brace here? Yeah, you can brace your crap.
Dan, you need to come out.
Guys, shake time. Hurts.
How bad are you hit? Where are you hit?
I'm hitting the
917, you were saying suspects hit, but I can't confirm. Where are you hit, Dan? Don't do this, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. Come on, man. It's not worth it.
Officer Sheik was in terrible pain and was immediately taken to a hospital.
Let's go. Let's go, bro. Hustle. Okay, don't just whoa. Come on, man. Just go ahead. Just relax. Take a breath. Okay. Bobby, we got it. Yes, sir. No, we're self-transporting. Hold on. Is this medics? Nope. That's fire. Stop. Right here. Stop. Okay. Stop. Turn your lights on.
He was rushed into surgery and survived the terrible shooting. On the other hand, Danny barricaded himself in the room once again, and a SWAT team was called, who deployed gas inside the house, which eventually forced Danny to rush out with his hands raised. He was arrested and charged with attempted murder and multiple counts of assault on a police officer. He was later sentenced to 19 years in prison. On the other hand, the brave Officer Sheik quickly recovered and returned to duty. While these cops did nothing wrong, these next clueless tyrants lost the plot and did something shocking.
Lock the dog in. I'm gonna shoot you. Show me your hands.
It's my son.
In May 2023, a man named John was away on a trip when he spotted an intruder attempting to break into his home, thanks to his home security system. Alarmed by this, he contacted the cops and tried to make them aware of the entire situation.
Benbrook Police Department.
Hey, I'm currently out of town working, but I live over off of street. My security cameras caught something weird last night at like 1:40 in the morning.
Okay.
And I got a really good, but kind of gritty, but I got a pretty good picture of somebody trying to, I've got an isolated driveway, and they were trying to walk down that, and then my camera must have kicked on with the light and spooked them, and they turned around and walked off. But I wanted to share that video with you guys just in case somebody else might have reported something around the same time at their house.
Okay, you are out of town though?
Yeah, but I can send the video file, email, or even text message.
Okay, give me just 1 second. Hold on one moment, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'm going to have an officer give you a phone call. It'll be just a few minutes. If he calls you from his patrol unit, it will be a blocked or anonymous number, or he'll come here to the PD and call you on a landline, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, give him just a few minutes.
Thanks. All right, thanks.
John never asked the officers to visit his home and check on his family. He was in contact with his wife, and he only wanted to register a complaint. However, within the next hour, an officer arrived at John's residence and decided to head inside from the back gate instead of knocking on the door.
911. I'm at a signal 30 in the backyard.
Andrew, I'm just gonna go grab mine. Oh. Can we stop and play gas station and I can get a snack for school for the Eastern test? I'm gonna call you back. Please. No, Max, come on. No, mine. Maya, come on. Maya.
There must have been a huge misunderstanding between the caller and the cop. Otherwise, this officer would not have entered the residence like this without informing John's wife, Andrea, inside. And in moments, the situation was about to escalate dramatically.
Benbrook PD, show me your hands! Contact at the back door. Show me your hands! Step outside. Lock the dog in. Lock the dog in! I'm gonna shoot you! Get on the ground! Put your hands up. Got a Hispanic or black female at gunpoint.
Just stay on the phone, John. Don't hang up.
Shots were fired at a dog. The females tend to. Keep your hands where they are.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Andrea.
Andrea, okay. Are you the resident here?
Yes, sir.
The timid officer fired 5 shots at the family dog, and poor Andrea was right beside him and could have been shot too. And if that wasn't enough, he then began threatening Andrea and even the 2 children.
Show me your hands!
It's my son.
Okay.
It's my son. It's just me and my son.
Okay.
Me and my two kids and my dog. No, John, it's fine. It's fine. He's okay.
Okay. We're gonna figure everything out, all right? Are you renting this place?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just me, my 2 kids, and my dog.
Okay.
Thanks.
If you'll cover her, ma'am, I'm gonna secure you in handcuffs for just 1 second.
Yes,
We'll get you, go from there, okay?
Yes, sir. John, just calm down. They're putting me in handcuffs.
You've been very cooperative.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll get you out here in just a second, okay?
Yes, sir.
You said that's your son inside the house?
It's my son.
Okay. Do you have any weapons or anything on you right now?
No.
Okay. I'll pat you down.
Okay.
Poor Andrea was crying out of fear, and instead of offering her some sort of sympathy, the corrupt cops proceeded to handcuff her.
Who's on the phone with you?
It's my husband.
It's your husband? Okay, do you have...
Oh, not
I guess there's 2 children inside the house?
2 children.
Okay.
Last night we had somebody like spook us, but that was it.
Okay.
They just walked up and then they left. Once they see like the camera, because you know, like the flash.
Okay, that's why we're here. Somebody called us this morning,
Yeah,
said
it's
that
my
this was their
husband.
house, and that somebody came up to the house during the night. There was a car they didn't return. That's why I was searching the house, and this back door was open. That's why I had my gun out when you came to the door.
I understand.
Okay. Hey, this is Officer Carter, Benbrook Police Department. Can I have you step outside? Can I have you guys step outside?
They're too scared. Is there a way I can get that one?
Yeah, you want to step up here, call them out for me? Her stepkids? I think so. Hey guys, just come step outside with me.
Hey, can I get some pants on first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Ma'am, can you come back over here with me?
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of ID or anything?
No.
Ah, puppy.
Here, we can go this way.
Okay.
What happened? Just
step outside with us, bud.
It was just protecting me. Can you
Yeah, I can get the door for you.
These clueless cops had caused way more damage than the original intruder could have possibly thought. Surely these cops with guns are nothing but dangerous criminals and thugs.
What is your first name?
Andrea.
Well, that's who we're out with. 51 females no longer detained.
My date of birth?
No, man, you're good. If you could try to find a black German Shepherd, it went off through that gate. I shot it 3 or 4 times when it came at me. I couldn't tell you if I hit it or not.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
Is full grown one?
Yeah, full grown.
Alright, it's a puppy.
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, you alright? You need an ambulance or anything?
I'm okay.
Okay.
What's gonna happen? Like what?
So, going from here, we're looking for the dog, trying to find out if it's okay.
He ran away?
He went out through that side gate. Does he have a...
Yes, he
what's
has
his
an
name?
air tag. Wait, no, he doesn't have an air tag. He has a chip, but that's all he has.
Okay. What's the dog's name?
Max.
With 2 X's. A German Shepherd, right?
Yes, he's nice. He just needs to...
I got you. How old is Max?
He's 1.
If you'll hang out with Officer Cox for just 1 second.
After gathering some information, the officers shamelessly left without offering any apology. Andrea and her children searched for Max, the family dog, who was found and taken to a vet for surgery. Shockingly, the Benbrook PD dismissed John's complaint, defending the officers' actions. This highlights the department's poor standards of policing and lack of accountability. While this was shocking to see, watch this next case where these cops surely messed with the wrong person.
What's not hypothetical right now is these cuffs digging into my skin right now.
On May 26, 2024, Long Island Audit channel owner Sean uploaded recovered footage from an incident at the New York Department of Health and Human Services where he lawfully attempted to exercise his rights, which appeared to have offended the so-called officers there.
Good to see you again. I told you I'd be back. Captain?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Here you go. You might want to read that.
What is
you're not
this?
allowed to video here.
Are you here
It's a
to
non-public
service?
forum.
You applying today?
Well, yeah, I'm here to conduct business, correct.
You're applying today?
It's constitutionally protected business, yeah.
Well, this is a non-public forum, so you can't record in here. As I said yesterday. Okay?
Oh, I can record in here, for
No,
sure.
You cannot record in here.
This would be Sean's second attempt to freely access an actual public facility while everyone around him seemed to be delusionally self-important and tried to deny him.
Record. Then,
What would I be arrested for, recording?
no, you're going to be trespassing.
Trespassing without breaking any laws.
Yeah, you are. Because it's a public welfare facility, like I told you yesterday.
So what is this? Is this a law?
I'm not going to get into it with you. Are you going to stop recording? Or are you going to leave?
Can you tell me what this is?
Okay, stop. Hands by your back.
It is what it is. You're trespassing. Being arrested is trespassing. All right, no problem. That's why you're being arrested. You guys are making a big mistake here. Okay. Trespassing is a violation. It's not even a crime in New York.
The officer didn't take long to reveal his fragile patience, already proving himself to not be suitable enough even to be a janitor, much less a police officer.
You guys are making a huge mistake here.
Listen, man, I told you, I gave you a chance. I'm trying to be
I was
cordial
trying.
with
No,
you.
you weren't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
was.
weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you 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 weren't. I asked you what this
I
paper was.
I
asked
told
you to
you
explain
yesterday.
this paper was.
I told you
I
yesterday
asked you-
outside. It's going to be handled differently. You made the conscionable choice to come back here, walk
To
into the
exercise
lobby
my rights again.
recording
I told you I
again
had business to
after
conduct here.
I told you
I told you
yesterday.
I had business to conduct here. I'm here to apply for services.
No, I asked you on
I
camera.
did.
On camera.
I did.
No.
And I said I was applying for service.
No, you
I said I had
didn't. No,
business
you
to conduct
didn't.
here.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
The officer immediately continued to argue with Sean like a 5-year-old when provoked, as if it wasn't already bad enough that the officer had no tolerance for everyday citizens.
To conduct here. That's what I told you.
Just like yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all good.
But you didn't let me conduct my business yesterday. I was trying to go through the metal detector today. Did you not notice that? Because I was
why don't we
trying
do
to.
this?
Why don't
plead the fifth?
Yeah. Why don't you do that? Yeah, because that's what you were told yesterday, right? So you want to quit back at it, right? That's funny. Big mistake you guys are making here. Big mistake. Violating my constitutional rights. Be out in a couple hours and I'll beat the charge, just like I beat the charge everywhere throughout this whole entire country.
If you know anything about Sean's videos, you know this wouldn't be the first time he found himself in a situation like this. But every time, the officers would soon come to regret messing with him.
Transparency in our government. You know what's crazy? If I really want to, I can go outside your house and your house and your house to record, and that's completely legal. But recording just to hold my government accountable I'm trespassing on public property, the same property that I help fund with my tax dollars.
Property. This is not public property.
This is public property.
No, it's not.
This is public property, sir. This is a public agency, sir.
How do you feel it's public property?
Because it's funded by taxpayer dollars, sir. That's why.
This property is not.
It is funded by taxpayer dollars.
I wonder if it makes these officers feel less special about themselves knowing they're not secret spy agents, but just public servants who should not be taking this much issue being recorded.
This is not county property.
But who pays? They lease this space. through tax dollars, sir, meaning that it becomes publicly accessible.
Meaning Nassau County has nothing to do with this property.
But if they have nothing to do with, so you can have it both ways. If they have nothing to do with this property, how can I be trespassed by Nassau County?
It's clear that this officer had no idea what he was even talking about, but simply wanted to beef with Sean over his bruised ego.
The building manager stated, if you're not here.
Who's the building manager? The person I talked to yesterday?
The building manager.
Well, I'm in handcuffs today. I wasn't in handcuffs yesterday. So I'm saying, how can a Nassau County officer...
Stop.
Well, I'm just asking you. So
No,
you said this is private property. Okay.
I'm answering.
All right.
Yesterday, the property manager
Yeah.
stated, if someone comes on this property and not handling county business, he wants them trespassed.
The property manager or building manager? Which is it? Or would I be correct to bet that this guy was probably making up this information on the spot?
What you trying to apply for?
Do you understand how quickly this just happened? He just put handcuffs on me in less than a few minutes.
But do you see how fast you refuse to answer his questions? He actually...
It happened in less than a few minutes, sir. There was no de-escalation implemented. What does the Department of Health and Human Services have to hide? Where's the transparency for the people, for we the people, to check up on our government? Don't you think don't you think that our government should be transparent? Especially when this officer here is getting paid 6 figures?
The truth is less likely sinister, and it's more that these employees think they're above the common people simply because they work an important job and cannot be criticized whatsoever.
This officer here gets paid 6 figures every year, and we can't hold them accountable. We can't. Do you know that the law enforcement agencies, sir, I'm not here just filming. I did investigative work. Law enforcement, Nassau County Police Department is the highest grossing department out of all the departments. It goes Nassau County Police, and I believe the Department of Social Services that help we the people, sir, is like 3rd on the list. And as far as budget, do you think that the people need more help, or that law enforcement needs to just keep getting richer and richer?
Some may argue that this kind of payroll is justified considering how dangerous law enforcement can be. But the only thing we've seen so far is these officers manhandling an unarmed Sean.
That's like you trespassing me because of my skin color, whether it's white or black or brown or anywhere in between. That's like you saying, we're not arresting you for your skin color, sir. We're arresting you because we told you to leave and you didn't leave. You can use criminal trespassing for anything. You could say, I don't like the way he looks. He could be I could be a political opponent and I'm in a city hall and the mayor doesn't like that I'm in here. I could be asking too many questions that you don't like, that you're part of the government, and you could just say, where does it stop? Where can you not trespass somebody from property that they help fund? When can you just say, well, you know what? We can't remove you from property that you help fund.
Sean made a point that nobody even thought to consider before they decided to slap handcuffs on him and restrict his freedom.
When you was at the military thing and you was filming, you went across this lobby and your phone shows the video even from yesterday, people in the lobby. They don't know they're on video, so how can you say they have no problem with you being on video when they didn't approach you?
Well, we're always on video.
There's
video here, and I told you can request those video.
So because you only brought the 2 people that walked out and spoke to you, but how do you know these people that were sitting in the lobby appreciate being aired on YouTube?
The officer really thought he checkmated Sean, but this argument can be made against any type of vlogging channel or anyone that takes pictures in public. Would he argue against them too?
And if they did voice their concerns to me or send me an email, I would kindly, because that's my YouTube channel, I even though there's no expectation of privacy, you guys have a whole lot of cameras in here, so nobody complains about those. But if somebody said, hey sir, I'd prefer not to be on your YouTube video, I would blur their face out, as long as they're not a public servant like you.
Despite the ridiculous argument by this cop, Sean still handled it with grace, with the fact that he'd obliged to blur anyone if they asked, unlike the cameras in the building that were also recording.
If I went through the metal detector and I had a pen or a belt or a watch, and I was secretly recording every single person, in this facility here, and I went online and I spoke to the woman and I was very cordial. I said, hey, what services do you offer to the public here? And see how she treated me. And then I went left. You would never know I'm recording. And then I left, and then I left, and I went home and I published that video online on YouTube, Facebook, wherever.
Yes.
And I published that video. Would this law enforcement officer have any would he come to my house and arrest me? No, he wouldn't, because there is no charge for recording.
If this scenario had actually gone down, then I doubt anyone would say anything about trespassing either, proving that Sean was only in this situation because of how defensive and superior complex these employees were.
To whom it may concern, the lobby of the Nassau County Department of Social Services is a non-public forum. In the Make Road by Walking Inc. v. Turner, the Circuit System of Appeals found that welfare centers are moved to a non-public forum, but that doesn't matter. You can only make it I understand that it's not a non-public forum, it's a limited public forum. And that means time, place, and manner restrictions, sir. I know the law. Time, place, and manner. So the time, this is during business hours. The manner, I'm being respectful. I'm not disturbing any business.
Sean thwarted yet another attempt by the officer to somehow discredit him when the paper he was using was probably printed after Sean's first visit to the department.
But they're not. Now, my next question to you, if one of those people, just an example, one of those people was in the lobby that didn't see you recording, right, was here for some kind of domestic reason, and you just posted this video.
We don't need to get animated. We're talking. Okay.
So that one female or male that walked past your camera that's in hiding and came in for help, someone just seen them on your video, and that other person, holy moly, this is where that person is going. Now, I'm gonna wait for this person outside. You put somebody's life in danger.
It was embarrassing to see these corrupt officials lose their grip on the law, and Sean made sure to knock some sense into these idiots.
That could happen, sure, yes, it could. But it could happen with me filming outside the front door as well, sir. It doesn't mean that I have to be inside of here. If I was, let's ask the law, if I was filming outside on the street, could you have trespassed me from the street, sir? Less than an animal, right? I lost my freedom right now for a potential of maybe somebody that's on a domestic. You're hypothetical. What about me? What about my rights? What about my safety? What about my family? What about my well-being? Somebody that wants to hurt them would watch my YouTube video. What's not hypothetical right now is these cuffs digging into my skin right now.
It's remarkable how far the officer tried to go in trying to disprove or somehow win against Sean for the sake of his pride, all while ignoring the fact that Sean was still handcuffed this whole time.
And, I'm sure there's a lot of different things that can go wrong when I air my video. Just same way, if News 12 was recording outside doing a news report and somebody walked past their cameraman and somebody happened to be watching News 12,
okay.
That same way, did you think the News 12 reporter a bad person for not thinking of who they possibly in some hypothetical world could have heard? I'm listening to you too.
When News 12 come in one area, and we keep News 12 in one area to not show anybody walking in the building.
I've seen people walk past News 12 all the time.
I have to wonder what condition departments are kept in these days if the best they have is officers like these who would rather spend their time hurling flawed arguments instead of de-escalating the situation.
Hold on, Sean, just take your hat off, buddy.
Sean would later finally be released from jail, but would face 2 charges against him by the department. However, the 2 charges would eventually be dismissed for their incorrect nature, and Sean would face no penalties. It's satisfying to see immoral cops like these get their payback thrown right back in their face. But in this next case here, being another audit conducted by Sean had an ending even more satisfying than this one.
They also had signs, once upon a time, that said people of a certain skin color couldn't come into an establishment, correct?
On July 21st, 2024, Sean uploaded the footage of the incident that took place when he decided to conduct an audit on the Traffic Violations Bureau. But like moths to a flame, the officers there just couldn't help but try to intimidate him into submission.
Sit down. Hey, whoa, back away from me, man. What are you doing?
Let's go.
Back away. Back away. This is not. I'm not in a courtroom. I'm not in a courtroom. Who are you? Yeah, why are you coming up on me like that, man? Well, I'm not in any courtroom or anything. I'm not in a restricted area. This is a public area.
I'm just asking you not to film.
But this is a public area. I'm not.
In the area.
Yes, I'm in a public area. This is a public area.
There's no filming in the area. Let's go.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to get. Listen, are you security guard or law enforcement?
Imagine entering a building with your camera, and the first thing you see is this security guard trying to ward you away with his psychic powers like Eleven from Stranger Things.
Hey, how you doing? Are you a supervisor here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I'm a journalist.
Sure, come on this way. I'm going to show you the sign.
Yeah, well, let me see the sign. Sure, no problem.
So you probably, I'm going to ask you to nicely to please shut this off and then read the sign and then determine how you want to proceed.
So what rules of the chief judge? Are you law enforcement?
Step back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for five security
Read the
guards.
sign and then stop recording.
Are you law enforcement, sir?
Yes.
Imagine being so afraid of just one person, you have your own SWAT team ready on standby. The supervisor, too, had such a smug attitude, as if the sign could just dismiss Sean away, but he wouldn't be persuaded so easily.
Where's the actual order? This is just the sign. Where's like an order from the
That is
judge?
the order from the chief judge right there.
Yeah, the chief judge of where?
So once again, you're in a courthouse.
Yeah.
You've read the sign. You've seen no video, no photographers, no recording.
What's the law, though?
You've written it, and you might want to take a look at this because this is criminal contempt.
Yeah.
To continue, and you know I don't want to see that happen.
You don't have you don't have arrest capabilities. You're a security
Well,
guard.
if I do or don't, I can call a police officer and a deputy sheriff if you'd like me to. What can I do to assist you?
What's so infuriating is how this supervisor thinks he can just threaten and push citizens around without any consequences, all because Sean had one phone on record in his hand.
Because I would like for you to get educated. This is not a law. These are policies, sir. Can I get your name?
Sure, Captain Wright.
Captain Wright?
Ray.
Captain Ray. Yeah, these are policies, and this officer here tried to come at me from behind and put his hands on me.
Oh, he tried to put his hands on you?
Yeah, he tried. I had to back up and put my hand to block him.
So anyway, how can
Security
I help you
officers and public
So how
safety.
can I help you today?
Security officers and public safety like yourself are here to observe and report, sir.
Isn't it interesting how this supervisor of a public building is trying to convince Sean that he can force a rule that is against the public constitution? Priceless.
help you today?
That's not okay. You're public
So what
safety.
can I do to help you today?
I'm not a
Mr.
danger of the
Steve,
public
recording
safety. Yes, I am recording. So I'm a journalist. I have a First Amendment right to record in publicly accessible areas.
but
I'm
not
gathering
here. This is a
content.
courthouse. The signs are very clear.
I'm not in a courtroom.
Do you have business here today?
I'm not in a courtroom. Yes, I do.
Well, it says if you actually read the sign, office or hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask
So where's
you,
the courtrooms?
So I'm going to ask you
Where's the
nicely-
courtrooms? Is this the hallway of a courtroom?
Something tells me it didn't matter to this supervisor whether what he was doing was unlawful or not, but that he was solely interested in power tripping and intimidating Sean.
Right, this is a public building. I have the right to be in this public building, and just because I'm recording shouldn't restrict my access to the public building. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not interrupting any courtrooms. I'm not doing anything of that nature. I'm not causing a disturbance. If anything, that security guard over there, while I was filming these signs over here, he tried to run up on me and grab me from behind, and I had to like put my hand out to stop him. The guy right behind you, right by the computer screen over there. It was uncalled for. I'm a reasonable guy. I'm not trying to break the law. I'm not breaking the law.
I'm just saying.
I'm not breaking the law.
It's very sad to see the Constitution being used only in name now, as any true officer of the law should be able to recognize it supersedes all other rules. But Sean wouldn't get that lucky.
Deputy, they also had signs, once upon a time, that said people of a certain skin color couldn't come into an establishment, correct? Were those signs acceptable? Just because it's on a sign.
Can we talk over here? So
I'd rather.
over here.
I'll get out the way. We can come over here.
Come over here. Just follow me over here.
We can come over here.
Okay. So what are you trying to do? Besides just record?
I'm just recording in publicly accessible areas. That's all I'm doing. And if you are going to violate my rights in any way, you let me know that, and I'll take it up with the proper venue.
Sean might as well have been talking to a brick wall at this point, as the officer either was just as egotistic as the supervisor or just couldn't be bothered. Later, Sean received 4 traffic violation tickets from the Bureau out of revenge for simply standing up for himself when they surrounded him, and he would visit again a month later to dispute them.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
What'd they do? They gave you tickets for front, back,
So
side?
they gave me a ticket for each window. I drive an SUV. Ma'am. I'm sorry. I drive an SUV, and the back 2 windows, according to the motor vehicle traffic law, the back 2 windows of an SUV could be of any darkness.
Okay.
So he gave me one
What's on
ticket.
your phone? Are you about to show me something?
No,
Oh,
I don't need to
okay.
show you
I thought
anything.
you were going to show me something.
No. I'm just saying he gave me, according to the law, he gave me 2 unlawful tickets. The back 2 windows can be of any darkness. And again, I dispute the front 2 windows were of illegal darkness anyway.
This is next level pettiness from grown servants of the public, now actively working against a public citizen like Sean purely because his confidence got them butthurt.
Right, yeah, I appreciate that, man, but you said you would get dismissed 3 of them and charge me for 1 tin ticket. They're all unlawful, so I would just ask for time to get an attorney at that point and go to trial.
So, what's your basis saying?
Right, because he never, my window tints.
Phone down because I feel like you're videoing me.
So it began once again. Do these public employees have zero awareness of the fact that they aren't working on a register or a cubicle, but in a public setting?
Oh, okay. Are you a public servant? I record all my engagement, all my interactions with public servants. Ma'am, I just record all my interactions for transparency and accountability with. Why not?
The employee might have thought it was okay to show Sean this much attitude, but Sean wouldn't be leaving today without something to take with him.
Wow, absolutely ridiculous. Because I'm recording for transparency, I'm recording our public servants in the course of their duty. It's an issue. But yet it's not an issue for them to record us, as we are constantly being reminded of.
Despite this unpleasant encounter, however, one good thing did come out of Sean's efforts.
So if you guys remember, the last time I was in the Traffic Violations Bureau here, excuse me, sir, there was a big problem here. There were signs everywhere. It looks like the signs have been taken down. So, again, the director who's running the Traffic Violations Bureau, there is a new director since the last time we were here. And I don't see any no recording signs like I saw last time I was here.
The new director for the Bureau was much more pro-Constitution, and after Sean's incidents with the guards, the Bureau came more of what it should have been in the first place.
So we held strong and made sure that they didn't, remove us from the building. And the Suffolk County Sheriffs arrived and they didn't really do anything. They let us record. They respected our constitutional rights, honored their oath, but they still had the signs here. Now with the new director here, I gotta say, there's a whole different vibe to this building here. New director taking over Suffolk County Traffic Violations Bureau, and seems like they're doing a good job here.
This is just proof for anyone who's skeptical that the things Sean does and the audits he conducts does have a point and can genuinely help make things better and more accessible. That's all for today. Let me know in the comments below which case was your favorite. And if you liked the video, subscribe so you can take advantage of the next one we have in store for you, like the ones over here. Thank you for watching. This is Detective Mystery, signing off.